Over a century ago, the great sociologist Max Weber gave this speech to a group of students about what it really means to dedicate your life to science. And his message, well, it was intense. He didn't just paint a picture of noble discovery. He talked about financial ruin, the absolute tyranny of chance, and this strange, all-consuming passion.
And it all comes down to this one question, doesn't it? What does it actually take to dedicate your entire life to knowledge? It's this fundamental conflict between a burning passion for a subject and the cold, hard, practical realities of making it a career. This is the tension Weber wanted everyone to face head-on.
So where does Weber start? Not with lofty ideals about truth and beauty, oh no. He starts with the brutal external conditions of the job itself. He compares the academic career paths in his home country of Germany with the system that was growing in the United States, and the difference is, well, it's stunning.
Okay, so you have two choices. On one hand, there's the German path. You start as something called a Privatdozent, basically an unpaid lecturer. You literally live on the fees students pay to come to your classes. It's a huge financial gamble, but it gives you incredible freedom to do your research. Then you've got the American path. You get a salary from day one as an assistant. Sounds good, right? But it's a small salary and you are totally swamped with teaching, locked into this big bureaucratic machine.
Weber's conclusion here is just incredibly blunt. He basically says that to even try the German path, you had to be rich. Simple as that. A young scholar without their own money was taking this insane risk, waiting for years for a paid job that might just never appear. In that system, science was a luxury for the wealthy.
But for Weber, the risk was so much more than just money. He argued that there is hardly any other career on Earth where pure, dumb luck plays such a massive role. He even admitted that his own early career was due to mere accidents. Yeah, being good helps, but getting that top job, at the end of the day, it's a total roll of the dice.
So on top of the financial gamble and the pure chance of it all, Weber points out another huge challenge. The job demands that you be two completely different people at once, a brilliant scholar and a captivating teacher. And you know those two things? They almost never go together.
Weber points to these famous scientists, guys like Helmholtz, who were titans in their field but were apparently awful teachers. The problem is that universities, then and now, get obsessed with enrollment numbers. A packed lecture hall, that's a simple, easy number to measure success. So a professor's popularity, which could be based on something as shallow as their speaking voice, can literally make or break their entire career. This line from Weber is just chilling. Think about it. You could be the most important scholar in the world, on the verge of a Nobel Prize. But if you get labeled a poor teacher, that could be it. Game over. It's an academic death sentence. The demands of real scholarship and the demands of being a popular performer are in this constant, brutal conflict. Okay, so after painting this incredibly bleak picture, a career built on having money, getting lucky, and being popular, Weber totally pivots. He asks the question we're all thinking. Why on earth would any sane person sign up for this? And his answer is that for the true scientist, it's not really a choice. It's an inward calling.
So what does this inward calling actually feel like? Well, for Weber, it all begins with this almost manic, intense focus on one tiny, specialized sliver of knowledge.
This is one of Weber's most famous lines, and it is so powerful. He talks about a strange intoxication, this passion for getting one tiny detail right in one specific old document. It's a level of devotion that anyone on the outside would probably find ridiculous. But Weber says that without that, you just don't have the calling for science. You should go do something else. You have to believe that the fate of your soul hangs on that one little discovery.
Right, so that passion, that's what fuels the thousands of hours of grinding, hard work. But, and this is key, Weber is adamant that passion and work are not enough. They just prepare the ground for that third, almost mystical ingredient, inspiration, an idea, an intuition. And that, he says, you can't force. It shows up when it wants to, not when you're sitting at your desk demanding it.
Now, this inward calling has another deeply strange quality to it. It means you dedicate your entire life to creating something that is, by its very design, temporary.
Weber draws this super sharp line between art and science. A true work of art, he says, is a kind of fulfillment. It's timeless. It's never really surpassed or made obsolete. But in science, every single thing you accomplish is destined to become antiquated. That's not a bug, it's the entire feature. Your work exists just to be a stepping stone for the next person.
This is both the fate and the goal of being a scientist.
You're just one link in this infinite chain of progress. Success isn't about creating some final, timeless masterpiece. No, success is measured by how quickly your work allows other people to move past you, making your own discoveries obsolete in the process. And this relentless, infinite progress of science, it doesn't just shape the life of a scientist. Weber argues that it fundamentally reshapes our entire world and how we even experience being alive.
This brings us to one of Weber's most famous ideas, disenchantment. What he means is that the ultimate result of all this scientific thinking is that it strips the world of its magic. We stop believing in mysterious, unknowable spirits or forces. We start believing that everything, at least in principle, can be understood, calculated, and mastered.
But this creates a huge crisis of meaning. Weber brings in the writer Leo Tolstoy, who said that for modern, civilized people, death has become meaningless. Why? Because a life that's just part of an endless stream of progress can never feel complete. You know, a peasant in the old days could die feeling satiated with life. But modern people are always on a journey to a horizon that just keeps moving away. We might get tired of life, but we can never truly feel like we've had enough.
And that leaves us with this huge, powerful, unresolved question. The scientific calling helped create this disenchanted world of infinite progress. It gave us unbelievable tools to master our world, but Weber's challenge is still hanging there. Can it tell us what to live for? Can science give us an answer to the biggest questions about what it all means?